as you all know, it's really difficult. And private lending, one way or another, is where it's at to get the money to do these deals. Well, I was able to go to that thing for very little money because I had purchased it a long time ago. So, Brandon, if you've got it someplace, you want to dig it up, even if you don't want to go, because you've got a window that you can get those tickets online, and then you can come back and say, hey, anybody want to go? I don't want to go, and 500, whatever you can get for them. You know that you can
with a little markup, right?
1,000, whatever. So definitely check it out. And you know, you might want to seriously go and take a friend, because one of the things that we're doing now, this tax lien stuff, I've really gotten to the point where, yeah, I've got some properties out there, out of state, and some stuff here, but from the different real estate property managers and other people that I talk to, for instance, I've got a guy right now, a property manager in Indiana where I have a couple properties, and she actually works for another investor that is buying and selling probably about 150 properties a year. And none of those properties is he doing as standard rentals. I mean, if you've read anything from Ron LeGrand, you've probably heard for 10 years, don't do a standard rental. Do a... Oh, there's some pizza up here. Thank you. Some extra pizza if anybody wants any.
Yeah.
Yes?
That light there is very good. Could you do that?
Well, you know, the problem is if I move this screen, what happens is he's going to get the light on this, and then it's not going to show up on the video at all. We had somebody last time that came up and actually started to move the screen. I went, no, don't do that. So we might try maybe next time putting the screen over here and all of us facing that way. I don't know.
Or just put a curtain up there.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm going to have to talk to the owner and see if we can do something about that. Yeah, because the lighting and everything is a little bit tricky. So in any case, 150 properties a year, and he is not doing any standard rentals. They've all got to either be a lease, purchase, a land contract, or owner financed. Why? Because he's totally getting out of any maintenance cost. The maintenance cost is just killing everybody. Ron LeGrand had like 200 properties 10, 15, 20 years ago, and soon learned that even with 200 properties going broke, because it was all that maintenance. You just couldn't make the payments. You know, I've got 3 properties right now in Memphis, paid for free and clear, and I've got about a $5,000 bill on a couple of properties that just turned over and just came up here recently. And I look back at my tax records. We've got Lynn Wilson here. He's our tax man, you know. He probably can tell you, he's seen it a lot of times. I've got 3 properties. I look at my taxes and I went, oh my God. All of 2009, I did nothing but have vacancies, places trashed, and refixed back up again. Spent a lot of money and really didn't make anything out of those properties at all. Thank God I didn't have a mortgage payment. Imagine breaking zero.
Without a
You know, and
mortgage.
they're making like $800, $850 a month, $875. I mean, that was pretty disturbing. So, you know, I made the classic mistake of doing standard rentals as opposed to lease, purchase, lease option, and they're not that easy to get in some places just because people don't have the money to put down. We're going to possibly have a speaker here eventually that Kimberly knows by the name of Janice down in San Diego. And I've looked at her website, and she's got a lot of good information on there for first-time buyers, and I'm sure she's well on top of the lease options, land contracts. So we'll probably have her up here talk to us a little bit more about that stuff in the future. Okay? Okay, so Sean Higgins, another one of his websites. This is who we had last month, Jack Bosch. Again, all this stuff is up on YouTube. If you missed it, you can go back there and listen to it. He's doing the tax liens just like Sean Higgins and Tony Martinez, but he's doing it from the standpoint of not going to the cities and the counties. He's doing mailers out to these people and saying, hey, I understand that you're behind on your taxes. I'm looking for vacant land. Do you want to sell? Well, what they've all found out is within the first 3 months, these people, if they really want the property, they're probably going to pay the taxes off immediately. Just go, oh, you know, I got this problem, can't pay it off. So, you know, there's ways to get out there and look at this stuff and figure out Well, are they just in the first 3 months? Are they in 6 months? Or are they in a year? Where are they? It kind of helps you narrow down who you're going to be sending this information to. Then, if they don't pay in the first 3 months, it's more than likely they're going to stretch it out to the very end because they don't plan on paying it. They're probably going to walk away from it, whether it be a house or vacant land or whatever. So there's another way that you can look at that and go for those people. So there's two ways of kind of looking at some of this tax lien stuff. You can figure out how to get these properties that are going to be redeemed really quick, especially if you find out that the property is for sale. Can't close escrow unless all the taxes are paid, right? So you might be able to look in there and find out real quick, how can I turn over 18 to 24% in 3 months because the property is already for sale? Buy that tax lien on that property. Or how can I get the property and keep it because it's been there for a while and end up, buying another strategy. Sean Higgins and Tony Martinez says that they've got students that have figured out about 7 out of 10 ways to end up with a property that's a tax lien. When normally, generally speaking, tax liens will always redeem and pay you back 98% of the time. There's a small percentage that go to foreclosure. He's saying people figured out how to get 7 out of 10 in a foreclosure. That's a pretty good deal when you're paying just the taxes for the property. That's a strategy that we're going to have to learn. Okay? So we're meeting 1 week before this meeting in that room over there with some people who have signed up for some of these programs because we want people in this group, right now it's about 4 or 5 people, to be serious about it, to have a mentor that knows a lot about it. There's 3 or 4 different places they can go to sign up and have a mentor. They can't rely on us because we don't know enough, right? We're just learning. But in any case, it's a way of keeping us together, keeping focused. So if anybody's interested and has signed up for any of these things, you should get back in touch with me and let's take a look at that. So again, I've shown this before in the past. Expenses for holding rentals, insurance, mortgages, rehab, property management, maintenance, vandalism, advertising, market up and down, all this stuff. If you're going to do it, you better have lease option, land contract, owner financing. That's why I'm looking more and more at tax liens and deeds and raw land. Okay? Okay. So, we're getting close enough now. I just want to say that when I was in Las Vegas, I learned a lot about the private lending. I saw a lot of good speakers, met a lot of good people, a lot of good contacts. But by far, the best contact, and the happiest I was to meet Doug Michie, who is a local lawyer. If you go to his website, which right here, about Doug, you can read all his credentials and all the information he's got. And so I'm going to bring Doug up here. And I want to thank you immensely, Doug, for being here and showing up today for us. So please give Doug a hand for showing up. I'll pay you later, Dad. Okay, it's a deal. And I'm going to see if I can find your, there we go. That, and then this, up, down, left, right, back, forward.
Okay, great. Well, Dad asked me to talk to you guys, so thanks, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Pleasure. Didn't really tell me what to talk about. So I've prepared a little presentation, just going to go over the various types of real estate that are available to invest in and some of the characteristics about them. Let's see what I can